Existence Brewing.
Here's another Existence Brewing single shot.
Well, and honestly, I think it's something that the world needs because we have enough polarity. We have enough on one end of the pole. Well, we'll just put it this way. We have enough people on the North Pole and we have enough people on the South Pole or East or West Pole or whatever poles these are. We got plenty of those people barking at us every day, telling us to join their camp and be radical and leave our sensibilities behind and leave our rationale behind to join their clique. And they can both fuck off because the actual sane place to be is where we should be, which is decency and respect and honesty and truth and love and all these things. And, look, we got problems. There's no denying that. Massive problems. But they can all be dealt with without either of those poles. We don't need either of those extremes to get by. And in fact, they're doing what? They're just bringing us down. They're causing a greater division between each other and the world every day. And that's the design. The design by those who are in power, in my opinion, are to divide and conquer, because that's the old line, right? First you divide, then you conquer. Much easier to do. So that's what we're seeing.
We were talking about that off mic the other day about coming up with our own existence Bill of Rights, like our own constitutional beliefs. And, I think that that's something that maybe we should go down a little bit of a path on, because I think, we always have people who are joining the podcast for the first time. And this reminds me so much of an episode way back when. I don't even know what episode it was, but it was probably 30 episodes ago. And we were talking about how the design of politics in and of itself, this idea of people needing to be governed and being, positioned into this group or that group, and you're either with us or against us. How much of a distraction that is from the reality of everyday life, which is that, hey, we are all on this world together, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I ran across something just today. It's interesting that you should bring this up. This is a sure marker of serendipity and synchronicity, and it proves that, in my mind, we're exactly where we're supposed to be at this moment. And I think this plugs right in. It's very simple. And I called it the Trinity of Corporeal Responsibility. Again, we know that we have an extremely intelligent audience out there, but just for those that are maybe shrugging a little bit at corporeal, that's essentially the state of being human. If you're in a corporeal reality, then you're in a human reality, a human premised reality, one that is experienced from the human perspective. So there you go. Hence the Trinity of Corporeal Responsibility. And those responsibilities are only threefold, and they are very simple. And the first one is yourself. Take care of you. The second one is others. Take care of others. And the third one is the shared environment. Take care of the earth and all of its living creatures. Boom.
Man, you just nailed it right there.
I rest my case. The Trinity of Corporeal Responsibility. It's that simple. You're here, and the number one thing you have governance over is yourself. So you are entirely responsible at the end of the day for taking care of you. But in a world with 8 billion others, they are there to pick you up if you might fail or fall behind in that task. Hopefully not too much, because, again, we don't want to get lazy or sloth and say, everybody else can do it for me. No, it's your responsibility to eat right and stay healthy and keep your brain going and, all these things that are good for us. Take care of yourself and then take care of other people. And then obviously, if you don't take care of your biosphere or you don't take care of the planet and the creatures that are here, it's going to fail you, because that's literally, you need that in order to survive. So that was it. That's the simple Trinity of Corporeal Responsibility. We'll bring that up again. I'll laminate a card for you for the wallet size.
This message has been brought to you by Jack Hansen. Jack Hansen approves this message.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's with the bad political movement? It sounded like something that would be behind, Dan Wilcox stands for freedom, and by standing for freedom, we mean standing and taking a leak all over it. In the town square, which he was not guilty of 3 years ago when he ran for mayor, now Dan is back to give it another shot, because he's full of shit, and this time he's bending over.
We hope this single shot inspired you to want more Existence Brewing. To check out full episodes of the podcast and for more, head to existencebrewing.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts online.
Existence Brewing.